Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at how to move your test cases from Google Sheets or Excel into Testmo in an easy and smooth way. I have here an empty project with an empty repository, as you can see, and we're going to use the import from CSV option to import our test cases. I also have two different Google Sheets. The first one is test cases with steps, so where a test case will have different independent steps within itself, and the other is a test case without steps that has a description and expected results field that will import. The first thing we need to do is to make sure that all of these columns, or at least the ones that we want to import, have a correspondent field in Testmo. So let's start the tests without steps because they are simpler. And if I go here and I try to create a case, I have a template called case text that has all these visible fields. So name, configurations, description, expected, the state, estimate, issues, tags, priority, and attachments. So in this case, if we do a quick side-by-side of the two, we can see that the test will be the name, the description is description, the time to done would be the estimate, expected is expected, priority there's priority, life cycle will be the state. There is no status latest or status date on this template. There's tags here, and the template is the one that we already chose. Going back to the full screen view, one thing that I need to do is to make sure that all the tags exist if I want to keep them. I went ahead and with a couple of functions created a list of all the tags available. I'm going to copy them and let's create them on our admin page. So I'll go to admin, tags, my project is the satellite launch, and I'll add these tags. There you go. As simple as that. I'll go back to my file and in this case delete this, because when you export to a CSV, any information on any cell will be exported. So if we exported those tags, there would be a bunch of empty lines and that will cause some issues on import. So I deleted them. I already copied them. I don't need them. I will go to my file, download, and comma separated values. Now that I exported the file, let's go to our project and start the import process. I'll drag and drop the file to the drop zone. And in this case, I will select the add test cases and new folders at top level because I want Testmo to create a folder structure. The separator is this one with the first row having the column names. It's UTF-8 for the encoding. The template is the case text and the row format is each row is a single test case. This will be different on the test cases with steps. Let's go next. And here we have an opportunity to map the CSV column to the Testmo field. We can go again to our side-by-side for the test without steps, and project context will be the folder, test will be the name, description is the same name, time to done will be our estimate, expected is expected, priority is the same, life cycle is the state. I will not bring the status latest and status date. The tags is the same name, the template we already choose in the first window. So let's go next. And here we'll have the option to tell Testmo what kind of information is within each column. For example, the folder, is it a plain text or do we have folder hierarchy with a separator? In this case, if we go down our document, we can see that we have a greater than sign separating one folder from the subfolder. So I will choose split by greater than character. And the test description in this case is HTML. Okay, we can choose HTML, Markdown, plain text, or plain text by removing the HTML tags. Time to done is in seconds. Expected is in HTML2. We can see it here. Priority, in this case, age is high, L is low, and N it's normal. If you had custom values, you can map to new values, or you can create custom values also on Testmo. Lifecycle, draft will be draft, off will be retired, on will be active, rejected is rejected, and review is under review. And the tags, we've imported exactly the number of tags that we needed. We created the number of tags that we needed, so we can just select the correct one. Now I select next. It will parse the file and show me a preview of how it would look. We can see if everything is in the correct place. So the state, the estimate time, the priority, description expected, if the HTML was correctly formatted, and if there is any issues in the import, the tags are present, the HTML is being rendered correctly. So I think we will just import everything. So let's click import cases. We have 74 cases in this case. It will be pretty fast. And here we have it. Let me go back to my full window. We have the folder structure created directly from the CSV file. We have the test cases with all the details, the priority, and everything that we've had on the CSV file. And this was pretty simple to import. Let's go to our second step. We will import our tests with steps in this case. So the without steps will be closed. Let's go to the tests with steps and on the case steps template that I will use for importing this test case. Let's check if we have all the fields that we need for the tests with steps. On the side by side, we can see the project context is the folder that will be created. Test is the name. Let me pull this here. Description, we have a field for that. Time to done is the estimate. Priority is by default on the template. Lifecycle is the state. Status and status date we won't import, although we could create new fields for that. Expected and steps are both available on the steps field. So if I add a step, I can add this step and the expected result of that step. So both options are available. Tags, we also have an option for tags here, and the template, it's already created. Let's just check that we have all the tags that we need. If we go here to tags, and again, I have the same list here. Let's go to our satellite launch project. Performance, we don't have. Smoke, we have. And UI, we don't have. So in this case, let's add the tags. If they are duplicated, it will just ignore the tags and add only the new ones. So you can just copy the list and paste it. I will again remove this to make sure that no empty lines are translated into the CSV file, and we can go ahead and export it. download as a CSV. Perfect. And now we can go to Testmo, to the projects I want to import to, and click on import from CSV. Let's drop the file here, select the same, add test cases and new folders at top level. If the folder is already created, it will not create a duplicated folder, it will just add the new tests to that folder. We have the same CSV separator and first row with column names, but in this case, we need to change the template. And also the row format, because a test case can span across multiple rows is true, because as you see, for example, this last test case is 3 rows with 3 steps. So make sure you select this option. We can go next and start matching the CSV columns to the Testmo fields. Project context, it's the folder, as we checked the other time. Test, it's the name. Description is the description, right? Yeah. Time to done is the estimate. Priority is the same name. Lifecycle is the state of the case. Status latest and status date will ignore. Expected is steps expected. Steps is the steps step. Tags is the same name, and template we will ignore because we've selected that before. Let's go next and choose what type of data each column has. For the folder, we have the same greater than character here. As you can see, this is a 3-folder path. The description is in HTML. The time is in seconds. For priority, the L is low and the N is normal. Let's match the state of each of these CSV values, rejected and under review. Expected, let me see how I format this. Expected is all plain text. I don't see any. So let's keep expected as plain text, and steps, it also seems to be all text. So we can leave the plain text option on the steps. Let's match our tags. So performance will be performance, smoke will be smoke, UI will be UI. Let's go next and see the preview. All seems good. The steps are being parsed correctly. Let's go full screen. The expected is also present when the test case has that option. Yeah, all seems good. I think we can go ahead and import these 38 records. It's done, and as you see, no new folders were created. But if we add here the column of template to see which template belongs to each test case, you can see that we have now the case steps template present with the new cases here. So this was the basic workflow to import your test cases from a CSV or Excel file. I hope this was useful. You can also read our guide on our blog. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave us a comment, send a message to our support team. We are always happy to help, and happy testing.